here is Hoboken Jack. He is my retired racehorse project Thoroughbred Makeover hopeful for 2023. And I am going to just introduce him a little bit. a really cool little dude. Hobo he's a thoroughbred pony, or Hony technically. He sticks at exactly 14 3.5 hands. And he is just come 4 years old. So as you can see, he has a lot of personality. I run a training and sales business here in Crozet, Virginia, and I originally bought Hobo as a sales project back in October, but he was not the soundest creature when he arrived. He was really body sore, had some shoeing issues, bruising in his hind feet. So what I basically did on recommendation from my vet was I turned him out for a few months and let him just chill and relax and learn how to be a horse. Then I started slowly bringing him back into work, working on just hacking him at the walk, walking up and down hills, doing very basic flat work, like a couple of rides at walk trot. I don't even think I cantered him. And then I went to Aiken for the months of January, February, and half of March, and I could only bring a certain number of horses with me, and Hobo ended up getting left behind here in Virginia because of the fact that he, A, showed up and wasn't suitable to be ridden when he first arrived, and the fact that he was turned out, and the fact that I had other priorities really was a blessing in disguise, because that meant that he maintained his Thoroughbred Makeover eligibility. So I had some friends just do a few rides on him while I was gone in Aiken, but I returned a few weeks ago, mid-March, and I have been doing more consistent work with him ever since I've been back. He has not started jumping yet because I want to make sure he's super strong before I start jumping him, but he is solidly trotting and cantering in the ring in both directions. He has trotted over poles. He hacks out. I hack him out quite frequently, and I do that quite a bit in my program. And so I think that he's almost ready to start jumping little jumps. When I first got him, he had just been gelded. I think maybe the fact that he was gelded a little bit late left him with some of this, not studdish quality, but he's just a real ham. He's a character. So I am going to hopefully chronicle my journey with him to the Thoroughbred Makeover, and I hope that you all enjoy. I am very excited to compete in the makeover this year with this little guy. I did not get to compete last year. I forgot to apply, is really what happened. I had a horse to take, but I forgot to apply and missed the application deadline. However, the year before I got to compete, I went with several friends of mine from the Dapper Ridge eventing team, and we blogged about our experience. We actually had applied for 2020, which of course was postponed, and then ended up doing the mega makeover, which incorporated both the 2020 and the 2021 horses. I had a filly called Wicked Soprano. She competed in both the show jumping and eventing disciplines for the 2021 section of the mega makeover, and did reasonably well in both. I was really proud of her. Unfortunately, that horse passed away about a year ago, so that was really sad. But now I have Hobo, and I am super, super excited to show him off at the makeover.
So here is Hobo in action. You can see right off the bat how much he tracks up in the walk. He actually does this in all gaits, and that originally posed a problem, a shoeing problem, because the fact that he tracks up so much, he was always ripping his front shoes off. So that took some tweaking between me and my farrier to fix. Hobo has a really natural uphill balance under saddle. He's really short coupled and just has an uphill way of going, which is super pleasant. He has a really lovely mouth as well. He's a little bit more of a push ride, which is my favorite type of ride. So the way that I can ride him is pushing him with my legs up into my hand into a nice soft contact. It's actually really quite lovely to experience. He is, like I said, really naturally balanced, so he doesn't tend to bulge his shoulder too much like some horses do when they first come off the track. And my favorite thing about him is this canter that you see right here. You see that he's a bit behind the vertical, actually quite a bit behind the vertical in the canter. I think part of that is the fact that he's just a little bit behind the leg. Oftentimes when thoroughbreds come off the track, not always, but some of them come off the track and they're a little bit stuck behind the leg. And that's something that we'll work on. It will come, but he just gets a little bit sucked behind the vertical and the canter, as you can see here. But the quality and mechanics of his canter in general are just pretty ideal in my opinion. He has that natural uphill balance. He has a lot of suspension in his gaits. He's just a really classy horse in general, and I'm very, very lucky to have him.
So yeah, I'm really excited about Hoboken Jack. He is, as you can see, he's a really unique little guy. I mean, how many times have you ever seen like a thoroughbred pony, or pony as he technically is? I think that he also, one of my favorite traits about him, aside from the fact that he's an incredible mover and has a cool personality, but aside from that stuff, I think he has a really good brain. He's a pretty chill dude. He has every reason in the world to not want to be standing here right now. It's dinner time. It's actually past his dinner time. There's flies. It's hot. But he is really holding it together. And he's like, all right, Mom, I will stand here. I might stomp the ground a little bit, but I will stand here if I must. And that is one of the reasons I really love thoroughbreds, is they usually, in my experience, they really want to try to do their best. So I'm really excited to share my journey to the Thoroughbred Makeover with you, and we will see where the journey takes us.